Hello, everybody. My name is Norma Posada. I work with the City of Calgary Climate and Environment Business Unit. I'm going to give you an overview of the Riparian Monitoring Program. I have been the City Project Manager for this program since it started in 2017. I hope that the information that you will get from this event is going to be useful and is going to help you improve your bioengineering projects. We are going to be sharing key learnings and findings from this program. One of the key actions of the Riparian Action Program is to monitor riparian health and evaluate performance over time. Because of this particular requirement, the City of Calgary initiated this program in 2017. The prime consultant is Kerwood Lytle, and there are several sub-consultants as part of the consulting team, including Terra Erosion Control, Cows and Fish, Longview Ecological, and the National Research Institute for Agriculture, Food and Development of France. The program has three phases. Phase one was completed in 2018, and it consisted of the development of the Riparian Monitoring Program Monitoring Plan. Phase two was completed in 2022, and it's the implementation of this plan. The main deliverable of phase two is the phase two Riparian Monitoring Program report. Phase 3 is currently underway. We hope to give you more information about the findings of Phase 3 in the future. The final program report is available now online. I'm giving you the website here so that you can take a look at the report. It is a very large document. You will see an executive summary, technical summary, detailed monitoring results, findings, conclusions, and recommendations. The appendices also have maps and case studies and project site information based on the program. The program has two general components, effectiveness monitoring and trend monitoring. The objective of effectiveness monitoring was to evaluate the effectiveness of bioengineering and riparian planting techniques. The event today is going to focus on the bank restoration projects or bioengineering projects that were monitored as part of this program. The general objectives of bank effectiveness included an evaluation of the effectiveness of bioengineering techniques, including maintenance procedures, an identification of advantages and limitations of bioengineering techniques, development of recommendations for design improvements, future long-term needs, and reporting through annual monitoring reports and the final program summary report. The map that you see here is showing you the locations of the monitoring sites that were monitored as part of the bank effectiveness component. And as you can see, they are located mainly along major rivers and creeks. The program included the evaluation of 9 bioengineering techniques, and they are listed here on this slide. The sites were classified into 5 different typologies, as you can see on the slide, and the bioengineering techniques and sites ranged from 100% plant-based to more structural techniques. 3 age class categories were also used at year 1, 3, 5 after construction, and this means growing seasons after year 1, after year 3, or after year 5 or more after construction. The general effectiveness monitoring approach is shown here. The data collection methods and the rating system were developed. The sites were assessed through different types of assessments. Statistical analysis was conducted, successes and learnings were identified, and recommendations were developed based on the findings. As you can also see, the rating system that was developed for the monitoring program has 5 different areas: the design of the project, implementation, maintenance, success, and BRQI. Success actually refers to the bank protection, stabilization success, and vegetation success. The BRQI has 8 vegetation and physical parameters. So the sites were given a score for each of these rating areas, but the sites also had an overall score. And as you can see at the bottom, you can see the ranges of all the scores that apply to the categories of good, fair, and poor. So the bank effectiveness monitoring component has produced a large amount of data, and you can see some of the key facts summarized in this table. You can see the data collection years, the number of individual sites that were assessed, the total number of assessments, including revisits, the site locations and water bodies that apply to the sites, the monitoring extent and vegetation, and quick facts from effectiveness vegetation assessments. The monitoring findings were divided into two types: general bank effectiveness findings and statistical results. This slide is just showing you a few examples of what we would consider general findings. Examples of the bank effectiveness statistical results are listed here. One of the goals of the program was to generate statistically valid results. It was important to select sites to meet the minimum sample size per typology and age class. Statistical analysis was mainly based on vegetation data. So this slide is showing you some interesting key results from the program, including the average year one survivorship of container plants versus live cuttings, overall woody vegetation year one survival, the average overall rating for all projects assessed by age class, and the number of failure sites. It should be noted the definition for failure for year one is works were missing, degraded, or ineffective, and wood vegetation survival was less than 25%. For year 3, 5 or more, failure means works were missing, degraded, or were ineffective. This table is showing you some interesting results for the techniques, which were, rated from highest to lowest based on a particular evaluation and ranking method that was developed for the program. The method included 5 woody vegetation growth parameters only, and they are listed here. And as you can see, brush mattress performed really well as part of this evaluation. However, it should be noted that there are limitations with this approach. The assessment, for example, did not consider the cost of the practice, construction complexity, or regulatory approval requirements and timelines. You need to consider site conditions and experience when you are choosing a practice. So there are basically valid reasons to use any of the techniques. You can also see the best performing shrub species for plantings and cuttings, as well as the most common weed and the percentage of sites that had this weed. It is worth mentioning that the Riparian Monitoring Program has a special project, the Bioengineering Demonstration and Education Project. The project is the result of a partnership between the province and the city of Calgary. It is a demonstration and education project to demonstrate the efficiency of bioengineering techniques. It was constructed in 2019. Although it is part of the overall riparian monitoring program, it has its own monitoring plan. It is a 10-year monitoring plan, and it focuses on the evaluation of fish and fish habitat, wildlife, riparian health, bioengineering structural integrity through the use of bioengineering practices. It is showing a significant increase in an improvement in riparian health. Riparian health has improved by 15% since baseline conditions in 2016. It is also showing an improvement in habitat, fish habitat, wildlife, and bioengineering and structural integrity. You can find more information about this project on the website that I'm showing here on this slide. Here's another example of a very successful bioengineering and riparian planting project along the Elbow River. It is located at Lindsay Park. The score was 71 out of 100, and the typology was vegetated riprap. It was constructed in 2014, and the brush layer approach was found to be very successful. This is one last example of a very successful site. It's located at Forest Lawn Creek. It is an entirely engineered channel that was constructed in 2008, but incorporated a natural channel design approach. It is a very successful site. The typology was planting, and the score was 80 out of 100. This is the end of my presentation. I'm leaving you here with my contact information in case you have any questions or comments about the program. Thank you very much.